As 30,000 more troops begin to flow into Afghanistan, Admiral Stavridis says he will be more interested in how they relate to the Afghan people than how many insurgents they kill. He says that will be the key measurement of progress in the military and civilian effort when President Obama reviews his Afghanistan strategy late this year.
So I'd look for polling data that continues to show significant support for the coalition and very small support for the Taliban. Secondly, I'd look at the numbers of Afghan security forces. Thirdly, I'd look at the quality of the operations conducted by the Afghan security forces.
Defeating Taliban units and taking control of more parts of the country are important, says Admiral Stavridis, but not as important as many people think.
In any type of operation like this, we have to put the Afghan people at the center of gravity. If we take care of the Afghan people, the Taliban will fail.
A recent poll indicates increased support among Afghans for their government and for NATO forces, a trend that Admiral Stavridis wants to sustain. In Afghanistan, U.S. troops are already working on that, including these Marines in Helmand province last year under the command of Captain Zachary Martin.
Ideally, what I'd like to see is us creating stability, creating governance that functions, creating more economic prosperity, creating opportunities. And I think what we can see is a lot of those young men who are numbered among the Taliban right now might choose to be numbered elsewhere.
Admiral Stavridis says the Afghan government must fight corruption and improve services to its people. He wants to use the expertise of NATO countries to learn as much as possible about how the people live and what they need and want. And he says Allied forces need to adapt quickly because the insurgents are constantly changing their tactics. Sending in more troops and conducting more operations will lead to more casualties, at least in the short term, U.S. officials say. Admiral Stavridis says NATO nations need to be prepared for that.
We must not be fearful of casualties if we're going to accomplish our mission. We simply need to do our mission in a way that reduces them to the absolute minimum.
Continuing cooperation from neighboring Pakistan is also important, the Admiral says.
Could more be done? Perhaps. Those are decisions that the Pakistanis have to make. What I am very satisfied with is the interaction between General McChrystal and General Kiani, who is the head of the Pakistani military.
Admiral Stavridis says he's confident the international community and the Afghan government can defeat the Taliban, but he says it will require a comprehensive approach involving civilian efforts as well as military force, an approach that will be a focus of the London conference. Al Pessin, VOA News, Washington.